Ah. Okay. All right. I think I'm live. I believe so. That I am live, at least. Oh yeah, I am. Okay. Arknights. The last part of this event, the short little events. Oh man, finally a bit more, expecting a little bit more about Entelekia here. Since so far surprisingly, we haven't got a whole lot about her so far. Also about my sickness, I'm feeling way better right now. No weird feelings on the throat. The nose still running sometimes, but it's very little. Pretty much not a problem anymore. Alright. Okay. Let's finish this. Let's see what this is about. A news off the riverside. The soil of this foreign land is soaked with the blood of the Sarkas. Churned, jumbled. Can sense a chaotic mass of emotions tangled together. Hesitation, wrath, cowardice, homesickness. Was this what you wished for, Your Highness? Slip, my kin. As long as blood continues to flow, relief from pain will soon follow. Have I arrived too late? Perhaps? If the war can truly come to an end, if this end can truly determine who wins and who loses, when have we Sarkas ever won, I ask? Have I never been found of watching the clock, mind you? I prefer to keep time with the pulsing of my heart. It told me to come here, and so I came. As far as I am aware, Rose Riverside was dissolved after your princess fled far away from the canoes scattered. Quite a few former canoes have gone on to serve the military commission. Re-establishing our long-lost contact right after the commission's decline suggests you want something from me. I can't guarantee you'll get it. Not even for old times' sake. You're the same as ever, Hotset. It's hard to believe how much Amia has grown. No doubt she's keeping an eye on me, yes? A necessary precaution. Logos warned us of your appearance. Since we withdrew from the falling airship, you're the first outsider to reach our safe house. Outsider. Are you like me, Madame Outset, most difficult to persuade when we are in the throes of grief? This is not a Babel safe house, Entelekia. Hearing that code name coming from your lips truly takes me back. I passed by the charnel house that is Londinium on my way here. I rescued a few fortunate souls and sent off a few unfortunate ones. It brings me no joy to see my countrymen spill their blood on foreign soil. Outset. I don't recall you being such a sentimental person. The vampire goes silent. Outset sees she has no intention of answering. Why would you risk crossing the battlefield of Victoria to see me, Entelekia? If you require assistance, Teresa's will be the better option. No need for these probing questions, Outset. I'd rather not have anything to do with the regent. Perhaps some of the sisters agree with him, but as you know, ever since Her Highness Teresa's untimely accident at Babel, there has been less and less contact between us. Our sororal bonds have weakened. But that's not why I came to find you, Outset. I intend to help Ascalon with a trifling matter. One that will allow her to enter the city a tad easier. What do you want? According to our latest intelligence, the military commission is strengthening its control within the city. The necessary troops and the ducal armies are facing each other down at the city walls. The situation is ever-changing. Oh, I know. But such an adorable and studious youngster as her is well worth the efforts to look after. That is not what I mean. Given the circumstances, you should have been unable to find any trace of Ascalon. I am very familiar with her ways. She's wounded. Gravely so. She has never used something like that as an excuse to lower her guard. You really trust her? It's hard to say whether I should be happy or worried for her that you hold her in such high regard. Who is helping you with this? Trickster, one of our sharp-eyed sisters. As a technician, she was able to hunt down a few clues I was looking for in Londinium. Her? I remember you all cherished her and would never have approved of putting her in the middle of this battle. And according to the vows made by all you canoes, none of you should even be here. As I suspected, you know of our plight. Her intelligence was right. You have a trail leading to the princess. As I'm sure you are well aware, Dame, I am the only one who will not and cannot leave this river of blood. Do you still doubt me, even after all I said? Rhodes Island thanks you for your assistance. We will repay the canoes in kind, just as Teresa did during the Babel years. I will tell you all I know in regards to that princess. Thank you, Outset. On another note, while I was on the bowels of the city, I caught a whiff of Ducaro's stench. While I would love to help settle that matter for you while I am there, I will need help from your people. I am afraid Rhodes Island does not have any more to spare inside the city. There is a local faction known as Mulescar. Finding them should not be a challenge for you. Oh, that explains some things that happened during the main story. Oh, I see. What's it? How the fuck is? I mean, I guess you already know that Hots a little bit special. It's not even from Terra, but it is just kind of nasty. Just how much Kotsit is involved in various matters behind the scenes, you know? Just holy shit, this woman. She's just everywhere. She just knows almost everything. At some point this is going to bite her back, isn't it? Oh, Kotsit. They are close to the heart of the storm, but are determined to avoid entangling themselves with any of the involved parties. A stance you would find familiar, I am sure. Who would trust someone like that? We retain shared interests for the time being. If the military commission has other plans for Ducorel arrangements, they will undoubtedly affect the Duco Alliance next moves. Or even disrupt the Exemplar's plans to enter the city. Neither Rhodes Island nor Mulescar wishes to see such an outcome. You really haven't changed one bit. Did this plan come from you or that commander of yours? It is Rhodes Island's plan. Rhodes Island? Very well. Do send my regards to your commander, though I fear I'm simply another lost memory at this point. Damn it. There is a question that's been eating away at me. One I was hoping you could answer. Aside from His Highness, the Regent, I'm afraid only you holds the answer. After all, you are the only ones who made it from the airship. Is a question you already know the answer to really so important? Of course it is. If one does not see it with one's own eyes, hear it with one's own ears, say it with one's own mouth, then saying goodbye becomes quite a challenge. Oh, she's talking about Teresa, I believe. Even though my heart sensed the echo of the mirrored souls as they left with such clarity, I still ask myself over and over if she was among them. And so, I must ask, has Her Highness left us once more? Southern region of Kazdal, summer 1094. I have left you your life and a knife. I would say that's a very generous price for answering my question. Who hired you all to kill me? Few even know of our existence. I am dead either way. So do me a favor and be quick about it. Release him. Oh, who are you? I mean, with a quick death like he asked for. Intelekia. As long as he spills enough blood, you can always just tear out the memories you want from him. Right? Who the fuck is this guy? I don't remember ever seeing you before. What are you even? You have some horns, so another vampire? No, it can't be. So the vampires I have seen so far don't have horns, just pointy ears. I'm not really sure. There isn't much that can give him away. Oh well, whatever. Well, since you mention it... The vampire raises her hands. The crimson shackles binding the mercenary disappear into nothingness. I find I'm rather against that suggestion. Go on then, mercenary. As you can see, I have far too many people trying to kill me at the moment. I shan't be remembering your face. No need to thank me. Watch that cringe-worthy performance of yours was painful. Not many know the name Rose Riverside. I didn't have to do anything to him to guess who's hunting us. Her Highness has only just left us, and those who have hidden in the shadows for too long are only too eager to act. You played your part well though. Otherwise, it would have been such a bother finding an excuse to let him go. Don't misunderstand me. Her Highness is dead, and I have no intention of following the regent to throw my life away in Victoria. Which is why I found my own way forward. One that let me live. It almost sounds like you want to kill me too, Milton. Milton, huh? Even if I did, I couldn't touch you. Or any of you, for that matter. Any of you. It's probably referring to the canoes, right? Whoever those are. I don't remember hearing any previous mentions of the canoes before. Maybe Intelekia did mention it during her appearance in the main story, but I personally don't remember shit. If not, I would have taken back my sister a long time ago. Sister? Oh, is he referring to... What was the name again? The one that Cossit mentioned it. That they were very protective of. The one that gives Intelekia the information. Could be. You best make yourself scarce then. The young mixed blood Sarkas does not do so mixed blood, instead tightening his grip on his knife. I think that's a bit too big for a knife, my guy. Huh. You helped your sister deliver messages, which is why I remember you. My memories hold true. And whatever your role may be now, it has no bearing on them. You and I both know what Her Highness passing means for Castel. I sense a storm approaching, and none of us can escape it. I do not wish for your sister to mourn. Leave while you still can. The situation is rather murky at the moment, and the sisters have scattered. Even I am having trouble tracking them down. The chaos in Castel has forced me to bid many a farewell. There are fewer and fewer informants I can speak to as the days go by. I do not intend on losing another sister because of you. There's nowhere any of you can hide. Most of the people after you aren't doing it out of hatred, but for the information you have. Even if the military commission says they won't hunt down anyone who tries to with ties to Babel, you really think they would let you waltz away with all those secrets spilling out of your pockets? I would like to see them try and stop me. You're a fool. You're on a fool's errand, Milton. I'm just a worthless merc. But if I really do manage to bring your head in, at least I will have a chance to protect my sister. I'm out of options. Entelekia. With a burst of speed, the young Sarkas swings his sword, but Entelekia's scythe does not block his attack, as he expected. Instead, the vampire's body slowly dissipates like a fog of blood, fading into the background. You could have been more honest from the start. If I promise you that none living shall approach the street, will you speak with candor? Yes, exactly what you're thinking. Your friends in ambush will not be coming. You're not as calm as you're pretending to be either. You pretend your pursuers bother you and claim you acted only to expose a traitor. Did you pull for her? No, I didn't. I didn't pull for Entelekia. There's a bit too many operators, future operators coming that I want to. And as a free-to-play, I cannot bring myself to spend money on her. Since that would mean opening my hands to the ones that are coming. I can't bring myself to. I wish I could, but I shouldn't. And you send everyone who finds you back to review your location. Also that anyone with a grudge against the canoes will focus only on you. Also, hello GG. I heard from my sister that you are the only one who cleaned up after every operation. The cleaner, they call you. Once, when she barely escaped by the skin of her teeth, you used similar methods to draw attention to yourself. Though it involved faking an injury that time. You were losing a lot of blood, too. But the art you used was powerful enough to turn everyone who even glanced at you into a fine red mist. My sister risked her life to let you all cleanse her blood. turning her into a pure vampire. But even she couldn't eat for days after seeing that. I did endeavor not to splash too much blood. I'm not fond of working in such a garish fashion myself. No, what I hate is your arrogance. You think you can bear the entire blood depths of Rose Riverside by yourself. And what makes you say that? If I really were as capable as you claim, I would have held on to my sisters and have them accompany me upon this river of blood. And Rose Riverside would not have scattered so prematurely. I wish I'd had the time to do more than clean up duty during the crux of the Civil War. I was so busy I didn't even hear the whispers in the wind. And that was that. I could not save Teresa, nor a single canoe. Even what you're willing to do for your sister now, I cannot do myself. What the? Shh. A sparkling, blood-red gem slowly falls in front of Milton, as Entelechia's countenance grows even paler. Take it back to the one you believe can save your sister. There are only two people in this entire land who can tell the difference between it and my little garnet. I can promise you that much. Your earring? More than that. But you needn't know. Now go. I wish you the best of luck, just as I do for my sisters. What about you? Judging by what you're holding, am I not already slain by your hands? Interesting. If you have the chance to see your sister again, tell her I will find that woman and have her provide an answer to all us sisters. This princess of yours, is she a traitor, a liar, or something else? Okay, alright, no answer, huh? By the time the scent of blood wafts over in the breeze, she has already gone. Thank you. Interior of the Shard, Londinium, October 1098. Can you hear me? I am inside the Military Commission's command center. The communication shutdown has been lifted. That's mighty quick of you, Entelechia. Naturally, some old trick of mine. While I was dealing with Duke Orel's altar, I found quite a few people lying in pools of blood. Some were closer to the military commission than others. There was still information on the command center in their memories. Seems my divination today was off the mark. Today's blood drops were in the shape of two swords. thought it meant he would have to face off against the royal court's army and have a tough time getting in. He's still playing at fortune teller, are you? The sound of something falling passes through the wireless communicator, distant and fuzzy. Are you alright over there? Damn it. Tripped over a cable again. Anyway, with a body as bad as mine, I'm not casting any crazy blood arts anytime soon. Just let me mess around with a couple of drops now and then. Okay? Won't you consider telling me where are you hiding right now? Why fix what isn't broken? Even back in Rose Riverside, when we canoes were close as anything, nobody knew my hiding place. But now you are in Londinium, there's nowhere that can guarantee your safety. Is the voice over the radio closure? It could be. There is only, so far we only know 1, 2, 3, 4 vampires. We know Entelekia, Ducarel, the Sanguinarch. And then we have Warfarin and Closure. This could be Closure. She did say triple over cables too. Probably messing around with some text, so this might probably be Closure. Also, it says hiding place. Before joining Rhodes Island, Closure was living inside some room, hiding away from people. We don't have much information on Closure. I wonder if she's an important figure of some sorts. No need to worry about me. Found the targets to the northeast. Sounds like there are 2 teams. Make sure to avoid them. Understood. We may have destroyed the Commission's command structure, but the mercenaries who are taking over are unfamiliar faces. Are you still there? I'm here. Sisters working together, just like old times. Yes, just like old times. The 3 in charge of those mercenaries had some past dealings with Babel. I may be here at Calcit's request, but I doubt we would get very far using our old friendship as leverage. Would you say this goes against our sisterly vows? I would say it all depends on how you see it. No canoe shall interfere in matters related to Babel. It was you who set that rule. Some people don't really mind killing their own, you know? With more rules comes less trouble. I know what us sisters are like, and how bad the blood can run between us at times. Yep, some join, so obviously there will be some who leave too. We'll have to accept that, Entelekia. This does not explain her sudden disappearance though. I should think that I know her the best. Obviously, no one else has got a single drop of her blood on them. Which means her departure was truly without warning, rather than us missing a sign. Join the club. It was only after it happened that I really got into this divination thing. It's never accurate, more like a game of associations that gets you thinking. But at least it gives me some sort of warning, reminding me to be mentally ready for any and all changes. I will help you out. At the very least, we know she came by Londinium. Two heads are better than one, and one clue's better than none, right? Hold on. There's movement outside the command center. Victorian Alliance troops are locking horns with a group of unknown Sarkas. Those would be the mercenaries who have come to take charge. It would seem they are right behind us. I will tidy up this command center for them then. Save them the trouble later. Would you mind leading the way? No problem. I am always here. Okay. Londinium, after Babel's seizure of the military commission, I could not read the rest because I am a slow reader. I'm sorry. Entelekia. You're late, called Sits. Crafting a final plan of attack demanded my time. It's rare to see you absent-minded. Rhode Island's medical operators can provide standard medical aid, but if a vampire does not wish to staunch their own bleeding, I am afraid there is little they can do. It's nothing. Who doesn't bleed a little in battle? I was simply pondering the shape this bloodstain has taken. It seems like a bad omen, no? But do go on, Kotsit. Forgive me, but as usual, I can only thank you in a personal capacity for destroying Dukorel's remaining art circles and saving Londinium from yet another calamity. So Entelekia was asked to clean up the region for the people in Londinium. I see. Hi, Grumpy Cats. Hello, Grumpy Cats. Was there a moment that Calcit ever smiled? I think she used to smile back in her past. We've seen her in stories dating back before. I think it was before Babel even. With her students while they were studying the sarcophagus. I think she smiled a little during the Vigilo event too. But yeah, overall, Calcit is very, very grumpy. Also, I didn't notice before, but while reading the text of the story, I keep getting glances of Entelekia's thighs and holy shit. I hope those are shorts, man, because if it is a skirt, that is really fucking short. It is a really, really short skirt. Oh my god. Like, look at this. Where is her waist exactly? Here? Yeah, it is probably here, which means... Jesus Christ. So fuck, that has to be some shorts. To be fair, I only did so out of my loathing for Dukorel. It wasn't to help you, and certainly not to help those Victorians. Nonetheless, your action helped clear many obstacles for Wizardel and her people. True. I trust you will remember my help today, damn it. Naturally, about the information you gleaned from within the art circles of blood, have you told Milskar? Just a hint. But that little kitten is smart enough to figure it out. When the Victorians and Sarkas began hostilities, it was inevitable that some among them would seek cooperation over common interests. This war must end. These problems must be left to Londinium, to Victoria itself. Amia and the Doctor are currently fighting their own fight with the Victorian delegation to bring things to a peaceful close. Oh, is this the story we're going to get in the Amia parts of this event? About the interactions of Amia and the Doctor with the delegation of Victorian? Okay. If negotiations goes as we hope, all the Sarkas will leave at the appointed time. The tragedy of Longinium can end. The more one knows about the past, the more worries it adds to their brawn. It's hard not to notice. Imagine if talking about the ties. Yeah, it is. It is really, really hard not to notice. It almost sounds like you're mocking yourself. Oh, nearly all-knowing Damekatset. 4 years ago, I found a Babel in complete disarray. We may have had our similarities in that sense. Us cleaners really hate having to leave, and are disinclined to accept defeat. So, I stayed, wanting to piece back together all the shattered fragments. As promised, I have synced what I know about your princess to the frequency band you provided. It just scraps of information, but it should be enough to help you. Thank you, Kotset. If you in Rhodes Islands still need any assistance, do tell me now. Getting all the Sarkas to agree to leave is hardly the easiest matter, after all. There is one thing you must know. The person receiving this information did not respond. Closure managed to triangulate the approximate location of the band signal, albeit with great difficulty. But our people were prevented from approaching. No, rather than prevented, they were being distracted. This sort of calamity can only mean there are people in the shadows with their own purposes. After me, perhaps? They keep talking about this princess. I'm not really sure who that should be. I don't think he's anyone we have come to know so far. No need to be in such a rush, Hintalekia. Run as fast as you like. But that bouquet will wilt before you get past that battlefield, no matter what. There are no roses in Castel, true. Even if you do bring some for your sisters to see, they might not like them. You should toss the bouquet once the flowers are wilted. I am also unsure what awaits us once we return to the city of the Sarkas. Though, with how well you have become in combat and arts, there should only be one thing you need to be ready for. I hope you have learned how to grieve, how to say farewell, Entelekia. It is easy to live with a heart full of hate, but it is hard to bear the pain of love. Saying farewell is what causes us to grieve, and also, I will see Her Highness Teresa's wish fulfilled. I want you there with me when it becomes fulfilled. Will you agree to that, Entelekia? Entelekia enters the ruins. A few frightened civilians follow her at a distance, their eyes locked onto her, muttering curses under their breath. None dare to throw the bricks they hold in their hands. A dried streak of blood trails across the ground, as if someone was dragged. It winds past a fallen wall, wrecked in the fighting, and skirts around a rusty assembly line. Trickster lies motionless, her face drained of blood, a shattered receiver still clutched tightly in her arms. Trickster is dead. We all know how to grieve our pulse through us. We all know how to grieve our pulse taught us that. True. So true, Gigi. We all know how to grieve. We all know sadness all too well. Blood drips out of the terrifying wounds on her, prison as ever. A frail vampire died in Londinium, a sight all too common. Nobody cares why she died, but nobody can take away her dignity in death. Your blood still isn't dry. Someone has kept the last of your dignity. Only someone living can leave behind minute arts such as this. Arts of life. My princess. Is this all the mercy you could spare? You ended up coming here after all, Entelekia. As her fingers dip into the blood, a host of information springs up before her eyes. Through this blood, Entelekia communes with the consciousness of the deceased before it disperses completely. Who killed you? I hid away too long and got hungry. Decided to go out for a walk. Someone hit me. I knew I couldn't escape, so I didn't bother to stop the bleeding. As Rose Riverside's cleaner, she has seen too many of her compatriots fallen in pools of their own blood. The shadows of these grisly scenes serve as elucidators of information in her mind's eyes, fading together into a vague memory. Was it the Victorians or the military commission? No need to be mad at anyone about this. If Rose Riverside hadn't taken me in, a vampire as weak as me wouldn't have made it past the Civil War. You all always said I was the only one of us sisters with sharp eyes. So whenever any surprises happened, even a small breakdown at the furnace, I would be the first you all fussed over. That's all I ever needed. I am so glad I met you all. The memories continue further into the past. A familiar figure steps out of the river of blood, quietly watching them. It is Trickster's memory, and the memories of all the canoes. As the warmth dies away in the blood, so too does the memory of the dead slowly dry up. Not many canoes have left them, but none left in silence. No matter how dire the situation, they always spared the time to grieve for a lost sister. At least they did, once upon a time. No, wait, what about the people we are looking for? Are you really alright with this? Didn't you want to bring back all your sisters too? She sees no information. There is no answer from the blood. But unexpectedly, her finger touches something solid. Take away your hands. Do not tarry in this river of blood. She knows this crystal. Of course she does. It is a drop of her own blood, a vow, the beginning of Rose Riverside. There is no information within the pure crystal, merely the lingering warmth of arts. My princess, why did you choose to return this to me now? Why now, of all times? You were here, so why did you leave so soon? Was it because you could not save her? Or was it because of the war that barely ended? Because of all that transpired years ago? Or maybe it's simply to say farewell. Not planning on staying in Londinium? I have found the answer I sought. That princess of yours did come by the city. Neither the military commission's information network nor Our covert web in Londinium couldn't find anything on her. This is not good for us. She did not come here for the war. Rose Riverside will no longer take part in anything to do with Babel. A rule I set myself. She would not have violated. Outset, she may have simply come to say farewell to Her Highness. Or perhaps it was to stop Trickster and I from continuing our search. The sudden disappearance of your princess on the eve of Babel's collapse is suspicious enough. I cannot even confirm if she left on Teresa's orders. Until we know where she truly stands, Rhodes Island cannot rule out the possibility that she might interfere with our plans. Even if I too wish to believe that she has simply come to say her goodbyes. I will find her, Kotset. The final clues Trickster left for me will be enough. She owes me an answer, too. If you need assistance, we are still happy to. I know you're going to say that Rhodes Island wants to help. But Rhodes Island and Babel are very different beasts. I do not wish for Rhodes Island to be snared in the past once again. I believe Her Highness would not want it either. Our name may have changed in Telekia, but our mission hasn't. Rhodes Island will not continue down Babel's doomed path. But we will never deny the ideals Babel showed us. Besides, I want the truth too. I thank you for your kindness. A drifting canoe needs its birth, and for us, that can only be Castle. The royal court, shaped by decorum, reeks with a stench that displeases the sisters. No doubt, sooner or later, another vile creature will emerge from his pool of blood. Perhaps I will rope in some other canoes in due time, to cross the river of blood once more, and return to the city Her Highness built. I foresee Casdell having even greater needs of us in the wake of this war than Babel ever did. I fear persuading those sisters of yours will not be easy, not to mention your drifter of a princess. I believe in the vows of us canoes, even if many of us detest each other. Send the spell of tricksters to Casdell in my stead, Dame. See her home. She slowly opens her hand, revealing a sparkling blood-red crystal. She did all she could to preserve the longing lingering in her sister's vein. You have my promise, and Rhodes Islands as well. Then, don't blame me when trouble comes knocking on your door. It has been a long time since Rhodes Island was as weak as you imagine. Entelekia. Babel was just a little whoopsie. I don't know if I would call that a little oopsie daisy. I don't know if I would call that a little quirky accidents. Babel. Babel was an attempt. I mean, it still is. The mission still lives on with Rhodes Island, but the whole thing that happened, by the end of it, there is an assassination. Imagine that, being killed by your own brother because of the greater, because your brother has a different vision as what is the best for your kind. Being betrayed by your brother, being betrayed by what I would imagine the relationship between her and the doctor at that point, some type of friends. Obviously, the Teresa and the doctors doesn't seem to be as close as Teresa's was to Coltset. But still, it was just a tragedy, a whole ass tragedy. I can only hope. Goodbye, Coltset. The warmth in this drop of blood will never die, just as us canoes will never drown in the river of blood. This is our vow. I promise you. For our farewell I shall grieve. I would much prefer to part less often, but goodbye, Entelekia. That leaves me a few questions. I'm not entirely sure that I understand what exactly the canoes are supposed to be. Are they like... oh, they call themselves sisters, so there's... They call themselves sisters, and Trickster... There was the mention that Trickster was turned into a vampire. Which probably means... perhaps some type of sisterhood. Not necessarily that they are bounded by biological bounds, but more like a blood connection through the... how should I say? The vampire transformation. Not entirely what I don't really understand is what exactly is their mission supposed to be, the canoes. Entelekia calls herself a cleaner of the canoes. But what exactly is their purpose overall? Is the canoes just a quirky thing that these women decide to form themselves, like a little sisterhood, friendship group of some sorts? Or they are indeed a organization, a more significant organization within the military commission of Castel? Or maybe not the military commission, since Entelekia did said she didn't want anything to do with the regents. Like a old group of Castel. I can't really be sure. Maybe there could be some answers in her files, but I'm only going to read those on my off time. Alright. Also, there's also the matter of the princess. Whatever exactly that means. Maybe the princess is what... Maybe the princess is what keeps them all tied together, all the canoes. Like they all are vampires from the same queen vampire, so to speak. That would be the princess. I'm not sure. Alright. Anyway, enough of that. Next story piece. Another breath of death. I imagine this is going to be the conclusion of the fight of the Necessary King and Eblana that we have seen over here. Alright, let's go. Can you hear Victoria cry? Oh, kings of yore. Fires burn my mother's skin. I fly above her head, but do not hear her cry for help. Only lament. But who does she lament for? Oh, hello, Paprika. Excuse me for a moment. Alright. Okay, I need some water. Alright. Oh, Inez. Don't bother collecting the bodies of the Steam Knights and mercenaries. The Victorians already built this tomb for them. I know, Inez, but... Paprika clenches the blood-stained piece of paper in her hand and tries to imagine what it felt like as the Steam Knight wrote these words. This is the Steam Knight's home, but the Sarkash shouldn't be left here. If Order can really bring everyone back to Castle with the Lifebone, can we take them with us too? If you have already made up your mind, then go ahead. But are you sure about this, Paprika? You weren't from Castle. I can always find a way back to Columbia if I need to. Is this... Maybe this is the retreat of the Sarkas. Probably. I say retreat, maybe evacuation is a little bit better. This story is too distracting. Yeah, it is. It is very distracting. It's safer to travel back with the group for now. Who knows what they would do to you if you stayed in Victoria, or try to head back to Columbia now. Given the circumstances. Stop pretending you're not injured. I won't die. I can't die. Besides, we are already taking too long. How is the Lifebone's recovery going? It will make it to Castle, provided no one accidentally damages it again. Hello, Isabel. Oh, was that meant for me? Guess your recovery is going just fine. How are things looking outside, W? Oh, she doesn't... I guess she doesn't like that they call her W anymore. We'll let you off the hook about this name this time, Ines. Even better. How are things looking outside, W? The Victorians made a big push right after the fire on the walls. The necessary lines collapsed right away. What about the necessary king? Still kicking, but he retreated into the city. Oh, so Eblan is strong enough for... no, maybe the necessary king is weakened at this point after fighting for so long. Wasn't he fighting... Who was he fighting again during the war? Did he... No, he fought Logos, not Vina. He fought Logos, if I am not mistaken. Is there any news about the general, Miss Wizardel? She wants to know about Manfred. Nope. Could be dead for all I know. Manfred wouldn't die so easily. But the chaos outside is a problem. Based on intel my guys collected, Net Salen is still sitting cozy. Even though the military commission screwed this battle up big time. And while I would love to blow Theresis to smithereens, I gotta admit, he's a cunning enough bastard that there's no way his forces would back down that easily. I'm thinking your plan needs to be moved up, Hoarder. The Lifebone is ready. Whatever direction he's scheming, we should prepare to leave with the ones who have been dragged into this mess. Before the Sarkis purge begins. I doubt the Victorians would let them go so easily. I know, but... Since when did we need the Victorians' permission to do anything? I have got an idea. But first, we will need to capture the Commission's command center. Say, in the name of Babel. You guys just wait here for my orders. An idea isn't a plan, W. But you seem confident. Fine, let's go. I have spent enough time underground. Doesn't Order need someone to take care of him? I have it on good authority that he won't die. Yes, that's what I said. Whatever the Regent and Netzarer are planning at the Palace of West Halag, the fate of the survivors is probably not their priority. We can sit back and watch. You can tell us about your idea on the way. Few dances. What about you, Yarnball? I will go with you. The general might be at the command center. I have so much to ask him. But do we just leave the Lifebone here? I could blow it to pieces if you want. If you're volunteering to carry everyone's on your back instead. W. It's Wizardel. Don't worry, Yarnball. No one will ever guess it's here. And if anyone dares get close, my guys will take care of them. Wizardel surveys the resting place of kings. now barely recognizable. Besides, what better place to hide a pile of bones than a graveyard? Outside the Military Commission Command Center. I imagine then that this is probably the story of how Wizardel made that transmission, I think. No, wait, that wouldn't make sense. By the time that the Eblon story happened, those Sarkas stationated in the city walls, outside Londinium, I mean, already knew about the transmission. Unless this is all happening before the confrontation between the Netcezzarer and the Blana. Can take it as it's safer. Who knows how to stay in Victoria? Columbia. The Netcezzarer lines collapsed right away. Yeah, the Victorians made a big push right after the fire on the walls. The fire on the walls. There are different ways to interpret this, and I'm not entirely sure which one I should take it. But if this story is indeed happening before the confrontation of Eblana's confrontation, then it is indeed. So we should soon see Wizardel making the announcement. Found a way in yet? The Ducal Alliance's army is surrounding the place, but they don't seem to have any intention of attacking. What are they doing then? Out for a picnic? Defending this place was so important to the general. How could... Oh, hello, Trilby Asher. The general? You mean the devil by the name of Manfred? I'm afraid he fled with his tail between his legs, abandoning all of you. Her Grace was right. The Military Commission's spies do come through here. What the hell are you calling Commission spies? We are not your enemies. You have come to end this war. I have read your file, Starcast. Right hand of Manfred. Your word can hardly be taken at face value. Then maybe you have also read how I escaped from Manfred. I am afraid I lacked the patience to read through the files of every insignificant devil. Oh boy. We have surrounded the place, sir. Eliminate the Sarkas spies. Search their bodies for intel on the command center. I have had enough of the Sarkas tricks. So you're not attacking because you're too scared of what's inside? Well, if you don't have the guts, we'll do it for you. Are you sure you want to pick a fight now, Dabdu? I can assure a safe retreat at least. Whose weapon? I am with her. The Sarkas cannot afford to wait. Protect Paprika, Ines. We are forcing our way through. If you say so. Oh, and there goes her shadow. Shadows spread from Ines' feet, locking on to every Victorian soldier present. Then she senses a different kind of shadow. Delphine? Let them through, sir. And here I was thinking you finally made up your minds to kill us. I am not under the command of the exemplars, my lady, nor do I want to be put on mandatory leave like Bellingham. I am simply executing the Duke's orders. Wipe out the Sarkas. No more, no less. The Sarkas share our strategic objective. These Sarkas share our strategic objective. They aren't a monolith. You're here to kill the Necessary, aren't you, Orderer? The Necessary King holds great significance to the Sarkas, but he cannot be allowed to live. Wizardel, I come to make an announcement. I wonder how Wizardel is going to enter the room. I'm sure it's going to be as flash as her personality. Flashy and brass as her personality. Only the swift and complete defeat of his forces will convince the one sitting on the fence to willingly withdraw with us. You wants to flee with the devils? Got a problem with that, punk? You do understand the crimes they committed, do you not? I can't deny them. But I also understand that will happen. What will happen if large numbers of leaderless Sarkas mercenaries are left scattered across the countryside? Mercenaries who have tasted blood of war. You want to protect them and prevent further chaos. Can you give your guarantee? No, but she can. Babel can. Hodder points towards Wizardel, which I imagine is going to be very comforting to Delphine. Ah yes, this woman, this brass woman that barely knows how to write and read. Yes, she's the one, she's the guarantee. Oh, wonderful. This war has long since lost its last justification for taking lives. It's time to bring it to an end. This has nothing to do with who I was, or who I am now. Very well. You can go in. If Rhode Island trusts you, then you should be careful, Lady Delphine. What are you doing may constitute treason. I don't need your advice. Lieutenant Scherer, instruct the Exemplars units to escort the Sarkas team into the command center. Inform all Alliance units that this order comes directly from Delphine Windermere. Understood, Lady Windermere. I hope you will be able to answer for yourself when the Dukes hear about this. I have even more reason to hate the Sarkas than most of you, but I don't let it blind myself to the current situation. Londinium has bled enough. Thank you for your help. It's not you I am helping, Sarkas. Go end this war. As for you, sir, you can either continue this staring match with me, or we can both go back to our men and prepare for the next battle. Or do you need to call the Duke of Castor for instructions? No need for that, Lady Delphine. Her Grace has granted me discretion. I agree that this is not our battlefield. I will, however, report all the facts pertinent to this incident to Her Grace. Suit yourself. While you're at it, send her my regards, and a promise from the Exemplars. When the horn of the final battle sounds, the Exemplars will be the first to answer. Oh, wait. In the Entelekia story, on this part where she was in the command center here, talking to whoever was on the other side of the transmission. At the moment I was thinking as closure, but at this point it might, maybe also, it could be Trickster. At this moment, was the group approaching that fought the Sarkas that just went by Wizadel's group here in the command center, heading to the command center? It could have been at this point. Alright, I see. Maybe, just maybe. It seems quite likely to me. I get that things are messed up at the commission, but this is really all they have guarding the command center? Yup, it is Wizadel's group. According to Davekaltsits and the doctor, Rose Riverside has probably paved the way for us. What about Manfred and his men? Afraid of getting blown up or something? If General is still alive, there's only one place he would be. By the regent's side. We'll have to count on the doctor's group being able to handle the regent. It's all yours, Wisdom. And I thought I would have to fight you for the mic. Yep, this is the announcement. This is happening before the fights between Blana and the Necessary King. I see. All things are coming together. Not entirely sure where Noel's story would fit exactly in the chronological order of things. Though. So far at this point, the most disconnected story feels like it's the reunions one, with Tallulah, Chen, and Nine. Your first broadcast more than did the job, Wizardo. Oh, I'm so serious all of a sudden about the spirit bunch of crap I don't understand again. The name Her Highness gave you holds many things. I know. If they need to hear a new voice, they will hear it. Before that, though, I want to set things up. We still need the command center to organize the withdrawal. Don't blow it up. Don't blow it up in a fit of anger. Blow it up? Of course I want to blow it up, but there's only one of it. which means I can't try all the different ways I had plans for it. W. Don't rush me, Ines. This time, I gonna blow it into the sky so everyone can see it. See who we are and what we want to do. Oh, my ear. Listen up, people. Babel's captured the Military Commission's command center. Ah, stop. Those bastards don't know their heads from their asses right now. And nobody's got it in them to help out the crusty old Netzarer king. So quit wasting time and get those feet moving. Believe me or not, whatever, just step on the gas and get this over with. Oh, and just saying, don't forget to keep your eyes on the sky. My patriarchy, that. The commanding structure of the Commission has collapsed. Temporary chaos is inevitable. But no matter. The long oppression may have numbed the sarcasm, but this war has reignited their hatred. A moment of fear or hesitation will not extinguish it. The Netzarer king looks up to see a frenzied flame cut open the veil of decay for an instant. Besides, there will be others to stand up and lead them. Babel. The first time I saw the palace of West Haleg was 15 years ago, on a £50 bill. It was the first time I held a wrench in my hands, and the first time I held money I did earn myself. I rubbed the bill with my numb and tired hands. The factory door began to close behind me, but I felt as though the door to all of terror was being opened before my eyes. A place that seemed so far away, a place where kings once sat, was right there in my hands. Why did we stop? The area ahead is completely shrouded in fog. Captain Horn's orders are to halt the advance until we figure that what tricks the Netzarer are up to in there. Look at all the pretty patterns on the tiles beneath your feet, though. We are close to the palace. Be patient and grab a proper weapon from camp. The sarcasms protecting this place are the worst of the worst. A wrench isn't gonna cut it. This wrench has smashed 5 sarcas skulls just on the way here. I can do it, whether you believe it or not. It's been 15 years since I felt like this, but now I feel like I can take that palace. Netzarer king be damned. Well, talking of the devil. Wait, shush. What is it? Fog. I'll report it in. Find a safe place to hide. Oh, hello, Morgan. Long time no see, man. Long time no see. Also, I also gotta say, those are some tiny ass shorts, man. Like, what the fuck is this? How I hear is the wind. Same sound as when I forgot to shut the gin's windows at night. Oh, sorry, I forgot to read Morgan's line. You hear that sound from inside the fog? How I hear is the wind. Same sound as when I forgot to shut the gin's windows at night. If it's the wind, it's blowing against something. A flag. Or clothes. Alvina. In an instant, innumerable tethered rags rush out of the fog, drifting across the sky above the city like a grey-white tide. There is cloth freshly torn from clothing, and there are banners woven by hatred over the millennia. They have wrapped generation after generation of Netzarer warriors, hiding the wrath beneath. But now, they fly freely in the sky, inviting all they touch to walk into decay. Bloody hell, I can't free my leg. I got you. Get away from the cloth. I'll cover you. They will corrode any weapons they touch. Melee units, pull back and let the casters deal with them. First and third caster battalions, volley on my mark. Oh, Amia. I can't get rid of them. The paws are immersed in decay, the shroud drowning death. Even the formless witchcraft of the Netzarer has rules that can be followed. But I am unable to decipher this fog. It is neither arts nor natural. Is this some new tactic, Logos? They wouldn't want this. They wouldn't wait this long to try a proven tactic. Perhaps the Netzalan is changing. Or perhaps it's the Netzarer themselves that are changing. This place will soon be more dangerous than the shroud we stepped into on the battlefield outside the city. The other units must have encountered the same interference. Even sending out a signal is difficult. This 300-meter plaza is enough to delay 8,000 men for days. It still has unknown. Analyze the shroud, Logos. Also, how's our comms equipment, Closure? If we don't want the Netzarer cutting the battlefields to itty-bitty pieces in the fog, turning our offensive into more of a buffet, we should fill the plaza with repeaters, including those curvy corridors on the sides. We don't have time to get a bunch more equipment, but luckily I have a backup plan. I never told them that I had never killed anyone. I did exterminate a few districts worth of beasts, but never a human. I never told them that it was not an art-imbued paw I wrapped myself in, with rags taken from stolen mob. After all, I had never met another Netzerer in all the years I grew up in the ditches of Londinium, and no one ever taught me the Netzerer arts. I wrapped myself in mobs so the Victorians wouldn't beat me to death. A mob head that killed must beasts for them deserved to live more than the Sarkas, at least. Why are you ripping the cloth off of yourselves? Our patriarch says we need no longer hide the decay. Should I rip mine off too then? Of course, child. Why doesn't it fly away like yours did? Am I missing some art? Feel the decay within you returning to the land. Feel the withered life returning to your body. Then rejoice. So, should I rejoice? He's so lost. He's so lost. This poor guy barely even knows what he's doing right now. I beat a Netzerer to a pulp. They said the Netzerer could never be truly killed, so I kept swinging my wrench like my life depended on it, even though the one beneath me was no longer moving. His ugly frame was much frailer than I imagined. I broke it like the fallen branches in the snow under my feet. In the winters of my childhood, they always broke with such a satisfying crack. Was the war answering my courage? I liked the feeling. Fucking psychopath. Could. I said I could. Who said I can't truly kill an Netzerer? This one seems pretty dead to me. Careful there. You didn't want to be near. You donna. Ah, her accent is always such a pain to read. Careful there. You didn't want to near a Netzerer corpse long. The Netzerer warrior body quickly collapses, losing all form and color. An invisible fog takes up the form of the dead and gently embraces the remains. It just rots on its own? That quick? If we didn't get away now, we and that body both will be Netzerer food. Bloody hell. And there I was thinking the Netzerer weren't such bloody monsters after all. You'll be fine, alright? Where do you come from? Think about home. All that sun and hay and beer, you know. I think you will feel a wee bit better putting all this rot out of your mind. I'm from Londinium. All I had at home was sourdough hard enough to smash skulls. Hey, that works. Yeah, works for me. Those guys. Death and decay are defined by silence. I never thought the Southern would operate so noisily. No longer do the Netzerer try to keep their nature in check. They are allowing decay to run unchecked. Meaning, it will be harder to stop the spread of rot. A pair of hands cannot stop rushing water, but they can easily spray the water further. What if we diluted the rot logos? How exactly are you planning to do that, Doctor? Hang it there. You will get better. Why do I look like I will get better to you? A natural effect of rapidly applying healing art. Take this. Give it to... The pain... It's... getting... better? Do not choose the end out of pain, soldier. Endure. The pain will stop in time. Thank you. Sarcasm. Listen to this. It will be alright. In cases of acute infection, we have to avoid rapid emotion fluctuations. Take a deep breath and... Message from the doctor, Neural. Shining, Neural, Nightingale. Are you in the rear? We are at the rear camp. We just returned with a bunch of wounded. How's Nightingale? Weak, but she refused to abandon the injured to their fate. So we will take care of her. I need you to pull out of the area, along with everybody in camp. Doctor, you... Let us know if you need any support. The Necessary Shroud won't be easily dispelled with art. We will divert the fog of decay to nearby areas. Do your best to ensure that no one's caught in it. Roger. The more lives we save, the less decay there is to feed on. It's the duty of the followers, isn't it? Neural, Shining, there's no time to rest. Less. Please, blue-pawed beast perches on Shining's shoulder, rubbing against her cheek. Sometimes I just don't know what to do with you. Neural, go and save some lives. As for the enemy, leave them to my spear and shield. Wow, I never knew fog could be so noisy. The interference is too strong. Might be easier to yell than get a signal through. We can't place the repeaters directly on the ground. The fog eats away at the antennae. If we put up a shield... No, with interference like this, that will just block whatever's left of the signal. What if we carried the repeaters? The fog won't eat at the equipment as long as we're still alive, right? Closure clenches her comms terminal tightly, but she can feel the pain of its metal corners biting into her skin, fading away. Her limbs are becoming numb. The fog clings to all life equally, inviting them to join the procession of decay. She knows what Fang's suggestion implies. She wants to reject it. But she does not. You go. I will stay here with the base station. Think, Closure, think. If this fog is from Netch's error, arts, then that can't be just meaningless noise. Identify the pattern, and we can filter it out. There it is. It's not noise, it's the voice of the Netch's error. Even if their flesh has decayed, even if their consciousness has long faded, the life force of the Netch's error continues to sing in joy as they return to the site. No idea what you're so happy about, but I'm sick of hearing it. Let me see. A little more over here. Closure. I'm getting signal, but it's still not enough. How about this? That's what I am talking about. Wait, misery? How did you... I can cut a path through the fog with 4 communications. Great, now we can hear what... 3rd Class Battalion, engage the necessary emerging from behind the lines. Don't let them cut us off from the exemplars. The weight-bearing structure of the corridors to the sides of the plaza are heavily damaged. They're about to collapse. Watch out for falling debris. The whole battlefield. It's connected. Now I have killed a Victorian girl wearing a bright printed scarf on her head. Her scarf faded and her complexion twisted before my face. She became no different from the musk beasts I killed, only bigger and more hollow. Her life must have flowed into me. I find myself swinging the great sword that they gave me, almost as tall as I am. But I don't feel the ecstasy they spoke of. Imagine a scream. Okay, I thought about it for a moment, but then I decided against it. Okay, I'm not gonna try. Imagine a scream, okay? Like a, or something like that. You're rotten too. If I don't rot, you will. Is that it? What's that? Oh, the Steam Knight's here for some reason. The massive explosion almost ruptures the young Netjera's eardrums. A massive suit of armor flies past him. The fog gently picks away the broken limbs the armor is wearing, pale fragments dispersing with the steam. Several Sudarans fly towards it, their swords making screeching sounds on the metal, piercing the dull thud of Originian explosives. Metal shall decay. The young Necessary has no time to look back. Heavy metal legs break the fog in front of him, blocking out the already dim sunlight. How many years do you think it took us to build the crawler? You think we just let you eat it? Oh, it's not the Steam Knight, it's the crawler. The tank thing that the working people built. The Self-Salvation Corps. Armor plate for the port side foreleg. Does the main gun still run? 2 o'clock. Fire. Blasting path through the Slytherin for the Steam Knight. The young Necessary falls to the ground. Cold blood immediately seeps through the remaining mob's cloth, as though he was born to wipe such filth. But why was he born to? He has no time to think about the answer. A great iron hammer is raised above his head, its glaring reflection in its eyes. No, I don't want to. You don't want to die. A tide of rot rushes past him, and the hammer falls to the ground as scrap. My patriarchy? I'm sorry. I didn't. Please, don't punish me. I'm not a deserter, I just... If you have yet to comprehend war, then you are no deserter. It is not yours to give up your life so easily, and your war has yet to come. Go. The fog. It's fading. More and more wounded are being evacuated before they die. The Necessary are being deprived of the rot they feed on. Disperse. The fog is thinning. Even I can breathe now. Wait, you couldn't breathe all this time, Doctor? Why didn't you say anything? It wasn't that bad. It's just better now. This won't last for long. Shining reports that the fog that had been diverted elsewhere is returning. We must move. Doctor! Monster. Perish. You feel a sense of déjà vu. It is not that any memories came back to you. It is that, once again, you sense how tiny and frail your life is. A blade of grass in the wilderness. But is one blade or 1,000 in the presence of death? You will all become nutrition for next year. The tide of rot crosses Amia's black curtain. Monster's massive frame and logo's wall of incantations, rushing towards you. The next instant, it comes to an abrupt halt. It's you. It is me. You have kept your promise. I mean, what does he mean, promise? What do you mean, promise? Is this more stuff before Teresa's assassination? More Babel stuff? Old Babel, I mean. Can only be right. I don't remember the Doctor ever talking with the Necessary King before. I have never seen it happen. Monster. Structural fortification. Protects the Doctor. There is no need, damn. I shall not fight you here. Even though this is a battlefield. Precisely because it is a battlefield. You do not belong to this battlefield of mine. Every second you spend here is an insult to the lost. I don't know what's happening, but right now, at this moment, I'm feeling very, very sleepy. It always hits me, this wave of sleepiness around this hour. Between 3 to 4 p.m. War doesn't belong to anyone. It only destroys everyone. How arrogant. No matter. This war that has nurtured me. This war I have nurtured is now over. Even if it has cycled back and forth for 1,000 years in the most uninteresting manner. Even if the pain it gave rise has to become numbness. This war has achieved its goal. Now, the Sarkas are masters of their own destiny. The Amnanam in Teresa's hands. Teresa's? No. The Amnanam is in the hands of all Sarkas, scattered across the land for 1,000 years. From this war, they will come away with power, freedom, politics. Power, freedom, and a future. Oh my god. The wave of sleepiness is washing over me. I'm just trying to doze off a little. I need to wake up. This is an important moment in the story. I need to wake up. Maybe if I stand up. Let's try this. What is left for me is the purest afterglow of war. One that knows no purpose but war itself. Is there no purpose? Then why do you... If there is no purpose, then why do you... Out blood, child. So eager to put a stop to everything you do. To everything you do not wish to see. If you see war as only evil, suffering as only a mistake, and sacrifice as only a waste, then you can bring neither destruction nor rebirth. Should I take this as the god of war, devising the king of Sarkas? Very good. Finally, you call yourself king. But it is not a device. My war may have won the Sarkas a future, but it is not my place to dictate what it is. My place is only to fulfill the very nature of my being. To nurture life. To me, Decay and rebirth are one and the same. As for you, ageless Dame, Outblood King, and you, it is not my place to judge you. Go. Theresis awaits. Oh. They are not going to block the path then. They are just waiting for us. Behind the Necessary King, the ranks of Sarkasts part silently. They reveal a black path between white shroud, white bones, and white palm. Doctor. Only by taking down Theresis and Unknown will we truly bring an end to this calamity. We are with you, Doctor. This is the moment Rhode Island has prepared for. There is no need to hesitate. And the Necessary King? My whistle shall disperse the fog. If we triumph, if we triumph, we will not celebrate victory alone. Through the fog, you can see the faint silhouette of a tank, the gushing steam of a steam knight, exemplars and alliance soldiers fighting side by side. You hear the communications of Closure, Wizardale, and the others. All of them fighting for the same end. An end to this war. Let's go meet Theresis. You have crossed the waters of death, Aethanel, and witnessed the dim candlelight of the other side. Go. I do not wish to fight you. Sing once more, when all decay has returned to the soil, when all war drums are silent. Your end does not lie here. The Banshee shakes his head and says nothing. His bone pen floats up in front of him. So be it. I do envy La Keramaline. I hope I pronounce her name right, because that's one hell of a fucking name. The Necessary King spreads his arms wide. The Banshee begins to move his bone pen. 1,000 branches rise from the Necessary, formed of flesh, blood, and bone. 1,000 incantations are etched by the points of the Banshee's pen, in opposition to the decay. 1,000 branches spread out on the battlefield. Every necessary corpse they touch, from the ethereal remains of the ancient Sudaran to the yet unrotted flesh of young necessary warriors, blooms in flowers of decay. Once again, the necessary rise from decay. Once again, the fearless charge forth in the incantations of the Banshee. The Palace of West Highland. It wasn't grand at all. In fact, it looks even more decrepit than what I saw on that bill 15 years ago. The blood and flesh covering my hands feels more real. I stopped counting the number of sarcasts I put down. It must have been a lot, because my wrench broke. I see him. That must be the Necessary King. Wait, this is as far as I can go. You can't charge in barehanded. Take the sword. The signs of kings. Oh yeah, right, because the sword was passed to people along the war. Is the Necessary King going to be killed by? But then, what was the fight with the Blonde then? My daughter liked to rub my arm when I was lying face down on the bed. She said it was fun because my muscles were so hard. I would pat her shoulder and tell her she could become just as strong. Strong enough to lift a whole pile of steel bars. Holding the sword in my hands, I stab at the mountain of branches under me and climb it. But how do I reach an enemy floating in midair? For Victoria! I see the Sting Knight charge towards death. I hear a sharp whistle in my ear. I feel the ground tremble from the guns of the tank. The elusive, terrifying white figure in the sky stops for an instant. Then, the Sting Knight dives from the sky, sending the Necessary King crashing to the ground. He's so close. I'm beginning to fall in love with war. I leap from the mountain of branches and put the sword through the Necessary King. Oh. I can even feel my eyes burn at the heat gushing from the Sting Knight as it breathes. Did you get into Lake? No, I did not. There's a lot of operators coming up that I want to pull for. And as a free-to-play player, I could not afford to pull for Intelequia also. I had to skip. I'm sorry. I can even feel my eyes burn at the heat gushing from the Sting Knight as it breathes. Victorian, you have learned to draw life from war. Now, you must learn to return it to war. It was no use at all. I'm in through a great distance. I can no longer feel my own body. I see the Necessary King once again rise into the sky, the Steen Knight wrapped in a frenzy of white cloth. The strange Tharkas casting his arts, cutting a path towards the Necessary King. Familiar faces treading the death-filled path towards the seemingly insurmountable foe, with no hint of hesitation. The fog seems to be dispersing. I see the massive four-legged tank advance. Why is there a golden-haired Kuranta here? What are those strange contraptions that have appeared on the battlefield, making a strange sound? I see Her Highness, our hero, Vina Victoria, the returned king, leading more and more people forward. For Victoria, I seem to see the end of the war. The Necessary King's silhouette overlaps with the sun. It is bright. Before him gathers those eager to end the war. I can no longer see what happens next. Where did the sword go? Sorry, my girl. Your dad's not coming home. So furnace of Castel, eve of the Bible Exodus. What year was that? 1086. So, I have chosen to answer Therese's call to arms, even though the war will destroy you. Your crown shown you my end, Your Highness. No, we simply understand full well that the only end of war is destruction. What is there to fear in destruction? The first Necessary learned our purpose when he rose from the ashes of war. I am the end of all things. The great boulder of war sits above our heads on the slopes of time. All we can do is push it with all our might. This time, however, Therese has promised me an end to the cycle. As had you, remember? I do. As the founding of the military commission. But we have found another path. And prove it to me, Your Highness. I will wait. Even if you do not find your end, however, I will carve out another path for the Sarkas. I can see your emotions. You are excited about this path. I've waited too long, since the war 200 years ago. Farewell, Your Highness. I will witness the conclusion of your dispute with the regent. Babel will return. I have never doubted, nor have I doubted your promise. Farewell. The rays of dawn shine from the pinnacle of the palace of Westelhel. They drive away the fog, revealing the aftermath of battle. The fog is gone. So is the necessary king. Did we win? He's dead, right? In it? In it? Is he dead? In it? I still sense that suffocating presence. We will need to get used to it. There is much to be done. The daybreak was unfamiliar to those returning home, or to those on the battlefield. Morning rays poured down like blood over the carpets of bodies on the ground. Is this what the sunrise always looked like in Londinium? No, never. The cold dawn pours blood towards the skyline, towards the winding mountains in the distance, like an ocean of blood. The few cries of joy from the crowd quickly fall silent. This is not how anyone imagined the glory of victory. It's over. But who can truly kill war? Oh boy. No one can kill war. Do you still sense his presence, Your Highness? He has unfortunately given himself to death. But you are correct. War will never end. He merely left because this particular war is over. I almost envy him. He has taken so many people along with him, all to enjoy a war that belongs only to him. I have lost another fine opponent. So he's not dead. He will never die, huh? Necessary king. I think at this point the only way that... No, actually he might be dead, right? He given himself to death, as Evelyn said. He has unfortunately given himself to death, but you are correct, war will never end. He merely left because this particular war is over. Yeah, he's dead, dead for sure. Okay, right. Sorry, I was misunderstanding things. I thought he just decided to go off, right? Because his mission was over, but no, he's dead. Dead as he can be. I guess the old man really is dead. No time to move over it. The Victorians could begin their purge at any moment. There's a lot on your mind. There's just something I'm not sure about. I have this feeling that when the next war to change the history of Terra comes... No. I'm probably overthinking it. In the silence, only the lonely sound of a bone whistle reaches the pitch-black underground throne room. It is the Banshee's elegy for the dead. Is the regent gone? Did you hear it? What's your true plan? There is no answer. The regent of Casdell, the one who began this war, is not here. He closes his eyes and seems to see a river of blood flowing towards the sky. Manfred cannot even tell what became of the Sarkas hero who left so many legends behind him. But he sees an image in his mind's eye. When the fires of war once again ravage Casdell, death shall emerge from the mountains on the skyline. The next war, huh? I'm surprised that the Necessary King was actually killed there. But then in that case, where... No, maybe... Yeah, maybe the ones that Eblana fought on this piece of his history. Maybe the Necessary King was not among them. Maybe those were just the remnants of the Sarkas forces that were stationated between the outsides and the inside of Londinium. Not entirely sure what to do now that their commanders have either fled or have been killed. Yeah, that would make much more sense then, I think. Maybe. But the next war, they keep talking at the end of them about the next war. Is this the next war? There isn't by the end of the main story. If I remember incorrectly, he did say his speech by the end was about going to meet the one so-called gods of Terra. Which I assume he's probably speaking of the priestess at this point, because the doctor has no memories at this point, essentially. He remembers some things but not all of it, so he's quite disconnected of the priestess at this point. So maybe the next war is probably going to be against the priestess then. The next Casdell war. Because it seems, the impression that I get is that Therese is preparing to fight against the higher beings that watch over Terra. I don't think he's going to survive that. I'm not entirely sure what priestess powers are, but from what I have seen, the glimpses that I have seen on Twitter, I try to avoid spoilers as much as possible, but still, the way that people talk about the priestess, it leaves me to believe that she's essentially a god at this point. Oh man. Worse things are to come for Casdell. These people can take a break, huh? Alright. Next part. The last one also. All the Unrevealed. Go. Oh, the Lifebone. Lifebone, October 1098. During the retreat, during the retreat of the Sarkas forces. Holder, I have brought along everyone who agreed to use the bones to retreat. Most of them wouldn't be able to withstand the long journey. The old, the young, and more injured Sarkas that you can count. W said, and I quote, "Let them die if they want." But the other members of her squad carried them here. Somehow she still has quite a few living subordinates, enough to maintain order within the Lifebone and watch over Ursula in captivity. Oh my god, I almost forgot about Ursula. She's still alive. So at least you won't have to worry about having no one to take the wheel if you accidentally die on the road. Got it. What are you waiting for? And then we have the big Sarkas retreat, the evacuation that we have seen in the beginning of the Grand Overture event, the Siege Altar event. The Lifebone casts a shadow over the ruins of the battlefield. None of the Sarkas raise their head. They may already know of, or have grown accustomed to, the greater shadow that will soon envelop their kilometers-long procession. Most of them move slowly, as they cross the trenches left behind by the high-speed battleships. I thought the Lifebone would just teleport to... Oh no, wait, they can't teleport. Yeah, right. Because teleportation is not a thing from the Lifebone. It was the Lich's art. The teleportation. Like that woman that enjoyed sitting in her cube thing. Forgot her name. But then didn't the Lifebone teleported to that weird dimension where Amya and other Rhodes Islands operators fought Dukorel, the Sanguinol? Or was that also? I don't. It has been such a long time. I don't remember the exact details of how that happened exactly. But forget it. It's not important right now. I was just thinking. Look how long the line of soldiers is. We have all traveled that road from Casdale to Victoria before. We all know how long it is. But if the Victorians break their word and open fire on the retreating Sarkas forces, there will be nothing you can do about it. Yes, that's how it's always been. Maybe not immediately, but after the signal we send to all of Terra, every nation will be forced to respond. Are you sure that will work? Such a blatant retreat back to Casdale will probably cause many countries to panic. But there really is no better way. Our squad must continue to present the strongest possible front to all factions. The moment we lose the strength to yield our weapons, we will be devoured without a trace. The same goes for the new King of Sarkas. We must seize the initiative here. The airship in the distance is faintly visible through the bones, and the ship's cannons remain locked in targeting mode. A massive catastrophe cloud still hovers around the ship, following the Sarkaz forces as they retreat. Imagine you're just living in your country, like minding your own business, and then in the distance you see these massive catastrophe clouds moving along with a line of Sarkaz soldiers below. Can you imagine? Of course they will panic, of course they will be scared. But if they have the airship with them, I think maybe the other countries that they will pass through will not dare to open fire against them. I think, at least. But there's something else that got me very worried. Are you sure it's a good idea to have W guard Manfred? She is the best for the job. Oh man. Oh Columbia. The squad has reached its destination. The weather is clear and visibility is good. Keep a look into the southeast. We have received the latest intelligence from the Ministry of Defense, which includes Casdale's approximate coordinates. Please, closely monitor the Sarkaz army to ensure their retreat home isn't a cover for another military maneuver. Yeah, everyone is on edge right now. Understood. The officer does not, in fact, understand why he needs to monitor the Sarkaz. However, out of respect for his comrades, he sits in the reconnaissance vehicle and stares intently at the data being sent back by the drones. All is calm. There's nothing unusual to report at the moment, sir. By the way, and I'm just making small talk, Maylander rarely sends someone of your status to liaise with the military. The Victorians think they have done a fine job covering for the disaster in Montinian. Maylander needs to investigate the situation before we have a talk with them. Understood. Lieutenant, you are to report any new developments immediately. Of course, sir. There's nothing to report right now. Nothing at all? Wait, what's that? The officer puts down the communicator. The catastrophe detection system in the vehicle is blaring an alarm. He looks towards the capital district, but at this distance, he can barely make out the outline of the nomadic city. But he can clearly see the massive shadow cast by the catastrophe cloud, stretching from above the capital district all the way to where he stands. What is that supposed to mean? Yes, he knows you are familiar with the people of Syracuse, so he hopes you will have a chance to display your talents this time. Not to worry. The Sarkaz hordes are a chaotic, calamitous force, but they are ultimately mercenaries. Yeah, that's what you think. We are now well aware that our neighbor Victoria has failed to keep them on a tight leash. But I shall not allow such filth to disrupt Leitanian's glorious Golden Scotch. I don't know how to pronounce this thing. Gudenschgesat? goodness gets sought. Of this, I am quite certain. Please send this message along to your master. The novel is interrupted by a suddenly darkening sky. What's going on? Come inside with me now, sir. It's a catastrophe. Not only mercenaries anymore, huh? Contact the base for further orders. Damn, we got no signal. What the hell is going on? Push the fleet forward, full throttle. Wait. The data from the catastrophe detection system sends chill down his spine. The cloud has stopped expanding, just as suddenly as it had appeared a few minutes ago. The strong wind blows originium dust up into the sky, but it doesn't fall back down. Then, the cloud starts to dissipate as the sunlight peeks through. Can you hear me, Lieutenant? Yes, sir. The catastrophe cloud appeared out of nowhere. There were no signs at all before it happened. Of course. This was meant as a display, a show of force to intimidate us. You think the Sarkaz troops did this? Mainlander no longer requires your help with our investigation. Please withdraw at once. Of course, do not disclose any information about our cooperation. Yes, sir. Terra Blasters. Oh, Casimirs. Enough. Deactivate the tip line. We have more than enough eyewitness accounts of the catastrophe cloud. Everyone saw what happened. Those of us living in the high rises got an even closer look. For now, I need all of you to come up with explanations and file your stories. Everyone writes a report, whether you explain it away as an advertising hologram or new art from Litanian. That's up to you. Do you need anything else? Sir, this call wasn't from a citizen. We just received word from our messengers. Oh my god. Zwillingssturm Laterano. Montelup. Catastrophe clouds have appeared over the capitals of every nation. What about Lady Grifferberg and Max Dixie? Same situation. That little unknown thingamajig is pretty handy. It can send a catastrophe to someone's doorstep before you can blink. Oh my fucking god, it is very powerful. Jesus Christ. No wonder the doctor and the hag were so nervous when we came to take it away. And the little bunny insisted on tagging along to keep an eye on me. What if we just, like, destroy every capital of the core all at once? While it may indeed be able to rain down disaster on those nations, that doesn't mean it can destroy them. I have no doubt that doing so would bring nothing but retaliation against Kasdan. Our history has repeatedly proven this, even from the earliest records. It would be unwise wisdom. In fact, you must use Umnumnum sparingly. The strain it places on the mind and body is even greater than I imagine. You just experienced that pain firsthand. Don't get to tell me that, Manfred. Amnon's potential extends far beyond intimidation, assuming we figure out the proper use for it. Their Highness had much higher hopes for it. Yes, it is a weapon, a deterrent, but more importantly, it is the means by which we will break free from our destiny. I know, you're even more annoying than Hoarder. Don't forget who you are, dude. You're a prisoner, and we are only keeping you alive because Casdell needs you alive. Now, the only reason we let the military commission stick around is that the surviving Sarkas still need something to believe in on the way home. Fucking Theresa's her taught us everything, huh? I am guessing Hoarder saw this coming long ago too, didn't he? This was always the regent's overt strategy, to reunite a people brought together once more by hatred around Casdell. Even Babel and the military commission are working together again, united towards a common goal. Yeah, but don't expect to wriggle your way out of this one, Manfred. Remember what I said. Wizardo. What? Still got more to say? If someday, Casdell really does normalize its relation with other nations, just as Her Highness Theresa once strived for, then I, along with the rest of the military commission, will have to draw a clear line between ourselves and Casdell. As the Sarkas see it, Alta Bloods bring only pain and hatred, just as we do to them. Sooner or later, they will claim that we haven't paid for the crimes we have committed, and on that day, I will be waiting for those hateful avenger to find us. Just shut up already. Stop acting like you're a saint or whatever. Theresis and the rest of you assholes screwed up big time. You were so goddamn stupid, I wish I could blow you to pieces right now. Don't forget, almost all the lunatics who actually believed in your plans died in Londinium, along with the Nephthys. You killed them with your own hands. There are hardly any left to even evacuate. But the Sarkas will pay for their own mistakes. Babel's not so spineless as to cast the entire commission from the city just because a few dumbasses were bold enough to provoke Casdell. Her Highness would never do that. And neither will I. If they are stupid enough to come, I don't mind giving them a fight. But if you keep talking shit, I will just toss you over to someone who's willing to put up with your crap. You were not afraid of it? Look at the moving catastrophe cloud over there. It seems so far away, but I can't shake the feeling it might suddenly appear right above my head. Who are you? I don't remember ever seeing you. You're a Libri, huh? Weird, you're a Libri, but your clothes kinda spells yum to me. Interesting. Of course I am afraid. Who isn't afraid of catastrophes? But there's a trick I picked up in Sami. Whenever I am scared, I just pull my hats over my head, crouch down, and think of something happy. The things you're afraid of will disappear before you even know it. After all, I'm just minding my own business. They wouldn't give me a hard time for no reason, would they? Just last week you said you lost count of how many times you have been captured and interrogated by one of the Famiglia. I'm sorry for the trouble. But misunderstandings always get cleared up in the end. I mean, you guys did let me go, didn't you? I really can't figure out how you managed to make it all the way through Sami and Ursus in one piece. Went lying about that too, are ya? I just happen to come across perfectly reasonable people like you all the time. Try reason your way out of catastrophes then. Remind me again where you're going. Some place called Blackflow? Blackflow? I don't think I ever heard of Blackflow either. Yes, I am also going home, friends. Back home to Bolivar. That's one long ass journey. An extra day or two won't make a difference. Besides, the tattered paper talisman you're carrying ain't gonna expire. Anyhow, I'd advise you to wait for that parade of crazies to pass. They started a war they can destroy cities. Or maybe wait for someone or something else to test out the catastrophe for you. Just some friendly advice. Those devils are bold as hell. Someone's bound to try and take a bite out of them sooner or later. He can hear the terrifying roar of the catastrophe cloud off in the distance, along with the faint rumble of battleship engines. The Syracusan is right. It may be wiser not to get involved in this. However, Pariakak, what the fuck is this name? Pariakwakwa. Let's try Pariakwakwa. Pariakwakwa. You ain't actually fascinated by the clouds, are ya? Maybe I am. I find it hard to hide excitement whenever I encounter something I have never seen before. True. I paid a price for it in Sami, but I just can't get rid of this bad habit. To be more precise, I want to take a look at the people walking beneath the catastrophe clouds. I need a cable. I need a cable. Hold on. There it is, the cable. Also, can you give me just less than a minute? I just drank a lot of water and I really need to pee. 1 minute is all it's going to take. But seriously though, what kind of name is Fire Park? Such a weird ass name. There we go. Back into the story. How is it going? Hoping no one is giving you any trouble. Just another ordinary funeral. A funeral beneath a catastrophe cloud is hardly ordinary. It's unfair to do so many. They should have been able to return to Casdell with us. Death is one form of equality most rarely attainable to all. Misery. The vast majority of the deceased have no relatives, nor even names. Even I asked them to leave their final words. They could not even identify anyone who might remember them after they were gone. I shrouded the burial site in mist to keep the beasts away. Unfortunately, most of the dead were still unable to return to the surface at home as they wished. Logos, do you know what lies a little further up ahead? My previous missions rarely required me to come this far. Laterano is just south of here, not far. When an outcast and I went on missions together in this area, she would often bring me here to drink. We once made a foolish bet that I would find a way to sneak in and try Lateran ice cream. Well, I did it. No one caught me. But I never got the chance to tell her. At least I am not the one breaking my promise this time. So, you deliberately refused to order to return to the ship with Ascalon. You knew we would pass through here during the retreat. Don't try to guess my intentions, Logos. With Ascalon here, we will have no issues escorting our fallen comrades and their tokens back to the ship. Besides, she also needs some time to herself. To say goodbye to the past. I tried to speaking to her about the retreat, but she remained silent. Perhaps she won't have anything to say about what happens next either. She witnessed the end of an era, Logos. It couldn't have been easy for her, and I fear we will have one last participant at our future meetings. Misery lets out another sign. No one can say for sure what will happen next. Just like the catastrophe cloud above our heads. It may not like this plan, but I must admit it's the best deterrent we have against those who wish to seize the chance to declare war on the Sarkas. Without a strong measure like that to avoid war, there would only be more unnecessary sacrifices on the road back to Casdell. Violence is a means, never an end. There is nothing wrong with that. Maybe I am just a pessimist. But I still think the rain will come down, sooner or later. Yeah, because at this point, Kazdel essentially has put a gigantic target behind their backs. And sorry for the cable sounds. My phone has bad contact. So, can you let me go? Who the hell are you anyway? I am really just an explorer. What kind of explorer could stop the lightning in a catastrophe cloud? It's like the thunderbolt themselves are afraid of you. Maybe they have taken a liking to me. A few of them just landed right next to me. You do realize that just makes you even more suspicious, right? Personally, I think the catastrophe is sending a clear message. Don't come near us. And don't try and test us. No. Let's not be hasty. I just wanted to study the strange catastrophe cloud you created, as well as remind you that I don't like you. You tell too many lies. The sarcastic mercenary sizes up the man standing before him and hesitates about whether to make a move. This guy, the one you were talking about? Oh, he looks pretty normal to me. I'm sure you got this right, so you sure you got this right, so Geezer? He's giving a particular scent. One I load. Small de quoi. And it's from outside. No, it's not coming from him. It is what he brought with him. Strange. It seems to be a piece of paper. You really are confused, you Coots. So this means we don't need to worry about him anymore? Hey, aren't you saying anything? Boss, I told you, call me chairman from now on. A pain in the ass. Why did the order have to make up all these stupid rules? Only Her Highness should be called chairman. Anyway, you're a squad out of here to scout. So just keep it on scouting. Leave this guy to me. Got it. You have got something to say. If you got something to say, say it. Don't try and pull a fast one on me. I guarantee I'm faster than you. There's a fleet heading your way. Don't know which nation they are from. They have disabled all identifying signals. They are coming from that direction. The terrain provides a lot of cover. It would be easy to plan an ambush. I guess everyone wants in on this. A bunch of cowards, afraid of us, yet always acting cocky. Alright, I'll pass on the words to the guys charging to their deaths on the front lines. Hello? Can you hear me? While you're out there, watch out for an ambush. So, as a thank you, how about I invite you to watch the catastrophe cloud with me? You're here to explore, right? I would really rather not. I'm shaking my boots here. Alright, your loss. Now scram. If any clueless sarcasm grabs you again, just tell them who let you go. Wizardel. You have my thanks. That sure was a close call. If you hadn't rescued me, this journey would have been my last. Drop the axe around me. I know you got caught on purpose. It's so weird. Why do I keep running to people who have nothing to do with the sarcasm, but want to help anyway? The Liberty eyes the seemingly relaxed sarcasm before him, quickly realizing she's likely the leader of the group, and that her attention has long since shifted away from him. She is focused on the distant horizon. She is heeding his warning. The wind brings with it the sound of the land, or maybe the rumbling of ships' engines. Conflicts, wars. The explorer has always seen too much along the way. As always, we don't want to be the ones waiting for a beating. All the art's creations we sent out have been destroyed. They know we are getting closer, but I never planned on hiding anyway. Some unlucky souls have been sent to their deaths so the others can board the ship and fight. We will be your squad or mine. Follow the orders of Babel and the military commission. This isn't for you to decide on your own. Kill every hostile we encounter. Anyone in the squad who spares an enemy or takes spoils from their comrades. Kill them too. Prepare the explosives. Set up altars along the route. Normally the altars arts can't penetrate the armor of high-speed battleships. But this time, we have the catastrophe clouds on our side. They are here. I knew going home wouldn't be that easy. The earth is shaking. The high-speed battleships slowly emerge from the shadows, blocking the Sarkast's path forward. The warrior launched a few charges like this while in Londinium, and considers himself one of the fortunate few. He also knows full well that the path back to Casdell is not a road, but a battlefield, full of corpses and awash in blood. The Sarkast procession stops at the edge of the firing range of the battleship's cannons. The sky grows dark as the black cloud overhead lets loose with rolling thunder. Their enemy is approaching. Everyone, commence preparations like you are ordered. Each of you just do your own job. I don't want to catch any idiots of you showing off. Halt. You may not advance any further. Only a few Sarkasts have noticed the young Countess grow within their ranks. She marches towards the heads of the line. Then, with a wave of her staff, the girl draws a line behind where she stands. The black line spreads across the earth. A black wall rises up where the line once was. An impregnable wall woven in black silk threads separates the two opposing forces. The Sarkas can no longer see the cultist girl on the other side of the wall. She grew so much. But one thing remains imprinted in their memories. The black crown floating above her head. The King of Sarkas. Their king has not abandoned them. They have a new king. But why an outblood king? The new king's voice resonates in the minds of every Sarkas present. Meanwhile, the fleet sent to block them clearly hears her words. The Sarkas are going home. I will not rule out violence if necessary. I know full well the weight of this black crown. Teresa has already led the myriads of souls away. For the first time, the Sarkas have a choice. I will not let her efforts be in vain. Nor do I want the Sarkas, or any of you, to start another war. The cycle of hatred and revenge must end. This is the first time Anya has openly revealed her identity, since Teresa taught her all there was to know about the Black Crown inside the assimilated universe. Now, she can hear noisy cries from amidst the Sarkas. Impossible. He can't be. An outblood stole the Sarkas crown? How? Why? He's our king. Do I have to make a tribute? What does she want from us? Let's go. It's on to the next battlefield. Terror, suspicion, reverence, ecstasy. A wave of emotions floods Amia's mind. In the past, she has made several attempts to explore the information stored within the Black Crown. But she has never gone this far. The tide of information nearly overwhelms her. For millennia, the Sarkas have desperately sought their king, chasing an elusive vision. She tries her best to steady her thoughts and maintain the unshakable black wall. I am no ruler, nor am I the king of Sarkas. If the Sarkas hate me for this, I will accept that. I will show them the way forward, the path to end their suffering. Both sides should stand down. There won't be any more war. The black wall still stands, just as the catastrophe soars above the wilderness. After a long stalemate, the first battleship in the fleet begins to change direction. Great. Finally. The wave of thought suddenly fades away, and she hears an unusual, clear voice. Who are you? Oh, and then we cut to Sancta. Oh boy. Remain silent, as His Holiness commanded. Even though the Sarkas have committed countless crimes within our holy city, even though Laterana has never before faced such provocation and desecration, Even though their army is openly threatening the safety of our residents, even then, we will not respond? Yes. His Holiness believes the Laterano should not interfere in this matter. I wish to see him. I'm going to file a protest. We are unsure where he is right now. He's probably with the law, isn't he? Yup, he's with the law. The sudden disturbance of the halo and the flood of information. For whatever reason, he suddenly became aware of something. A conversation. It is having a conversation with something similar to itself. Since it has decided to make its choice, I am afraid I must follow suit. The new revelation it has shown us is something Laterano can no longer bear on its own. Let me think. Let's start with the first question. Who are you? I have to admit, Your Holiness, that this is a long road. Even without the whisper of the myriad souls trapped in Originium for millennia, it will still take a long time for the Sarkas on this land to let go of their hatred. Well then, Amia, my child, what if we do not have that much time? Oh, not this song. That shape right over there. What if Terra is no longer in its infancy and has come to the point where it has to face its future? Teresa warned me this might happen. Teresis. Someone walks into the static void. He's following someone else's footsteps, along their footprints, although their footprints have vanished from this place forever. The tower is still collapsing, a hint at everything that has transpired. Although time has no meaning here, he must admit that he is a step late. She is already completely out of reach. Now, all he can see is the golden ocean and the lonely diamonds in the sky. Amia? Not even I, the Pope, know when or where the disaster will occur. But I am certain that it will be a crisis that we have never faced before. It is right before our eyes. Oh my god. Oh my god. What an ending. What a fucking ending. Holy shit. What an ending, man. Oh my god. Oh, that was cool. That was so cool. It was so cool. Oh my god. Yetsu, she grew so much, man. She grew so much. But as cool as that was, it also signifies the calamity that is just about to occur. Dude. Lads. This is sick. This is so sick. But I also am nervous because I know what the next events are going to be. Ah, man. Oh, what a banger. In the end, it was not revealed to us who those battleships were, what nation was that, but because those are battleships with cannons, I can assume those were the Victorian dukes, probably, most likely, I imagine, trying to attack the retreating Sarkas. Ah, man, what a banger of a story, dude. It's so cool. And with that's the end of the story of See You Soon. Tonight I need to make an effort to finishing the stages before the event ends today. Man, this was... You know, I was not expecting that much from this event, because it's a mini event, right? But... what a banger. It has some banger moments. It was a good event. Usually Arknights events always are good. Have good story on them. It's very rare for me to find an event that I do not like on Arknights. Alright. And with that, there is not going to be any Arknights streams in a while. Especially considering that the next event is Contingency Contracts. I am excited for, but I'm not going to stream it. When it comes to gacha games, the only things I'm going to stream on this channel is the lore. I only want to focus on lore stuff on this channel when it comes to gacha games. Lore and drawings, I need to make more drawings. I am making more drawings. It's just going to take a while to post things. Especially right now that I still work on my thesis. Okay, enough stalling. Tomorrow, no streams. On Friday, no streams either. From here on out until probably the first or second week of December, there is going to be no streams on Thursday and Fridays, because I have some courses that I subscribed to and I'm going to do. Also, I'm gonna take those days as break days. I don't think it's a good thing for me to stream every single day. It's a bit tiring, you know. Next stream is going to be on Saturday, and it's going to be GFL2, because the Nikita event is going to release tomorrow. After GFL2, the Nikita event is probably going to take, what, 2 or 3 streams. Any drawing commissions? A lot of drawing commissions, actually. I have a line of 8 commissions that I work on one by one. I working on a commission right now, actually. Someone commissioned me a Yuma Usume drawing, and I'm working on it. It's already on the shading process. Man. GFL 2 on Saturday, maybe Monday too. Which means it's going to leave me with either other 2 or 3 days of streaming. I think by then I'm going to probably, most likely, stream Wuthering Wave because I want to. Hell, that's good to hear. It is awesome to hear. It's good to make money from commissions. Although I don't make a living of it, I do like to have the extra cash. Alright, that's everything for today. I need to make lunch, maybe do some other things, and then I'm going to have a meeting with a professor to discuss my thesis. Alright. Only next stream on Saturday then. With everything said, thank you for coming out to the stream, GG. See you sometime in the future, maybe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.